What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do a right here and now reading for a random sign. We're going to pull from the singing bowl in a little bit. Remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal. So take what resonates and pass the rest to the next, okay? Don't you just love retrograde time? At least how many times a year? Two, at least 2 to 3 times a year. And we all suffering as far as verbally. All right. I'm gonna try and get it together though. All right. So let's see who we have. You guys are the last reading for the night. I don't know. We'll see how my energy feels more so or less. Probably between either after my live today or tomorrow. Okay, so it looks like we have the last of the water signs coming out with Cancer. Okay, Cancer, you guys are next. You round out the water signs. Pisces and Scorpio have already been done. So here we are for you. All right, so let's go ahead and shuffle the cards for you. 3 shuffles, and then we'll pull 4 cards after we cut the deck. Okay. Last shuffle, where we have the 7 of Cups and the 7 of Pentacles, okay? 7 and 7 equaling out to 14, which is 5, okay? You're having this thought of possibly changing, finding some inner strength from somewhere to maybe make a change. That's tied to some history, okay? A multitude of things, okay? Emotionally, all right? Last shuffle. You are the second sign today where I am cutting by 4s, and if you've been here long enough, you know I normally only cut by 3s, but that is a sign from the universe for you to proceed, okay? Let's start. Top of the deck is where your energy is now, Cancer, okay? Bottom of the deck is what is the motivation, what's motivating this energy. Tap of the deck and splitting a little bit to make 2 energetic poles. My eye is kind of going everywhere, focusing here, okay? So what your focus is or should be while being in this energy. I'm going to tap the deck down again and respread. And my eye is taking me here. Spirit says this is the last card, which is what the hidden purpose is behind this energy, okay? So let's see what you guys have, all right? So where your energy is right now, Cancer, is 9 of Wands, okay? Now, a little bit of a tie in the sense of with Virgo. Virgo, I cut the deck 4 times for, okay? And they also got 9 of Wands, but it was in their focus, okay? It's now jumped up into energy, okay? You're feeling slightly guarded for some reason. I'm not going to say towards a Virgo, but it could be, okay? So again, I talked about cross-watching energy. I talk about it a lot on the channel. I can sense it. I try my best not to really entertain it. Okay. Again, like I said before, we should be able to talk to one another. Okay. Um, unless you're worried about how someone's going to take what you have to say. Okay. Um, I'm also feeling a slight energy of the way this Nine of Wands is kind of looking over yonder towards Cancer, okay? It's as if someone is wounded that's behind, maybe behind the wall that you've put up, okay? Now, just another quick sidebar when it comes to cross-watching, okay? For me, I don't know about anyone else. This is just my personal opinion. When there's cross-watching energy on a reading, it makes it hard, and I think I may have said this before, it makes it hard to really focus on the primary energy, which is that of you, Cancer, or any sign in particular, because the cross watcher's energy takes over the reading, and then the reading becomes as if me giving them advice on how to, maneuver the relationship with you, okay, or how to move with you. And I think that's unfair to the main sign. That then feels like a personal gain in a way, okay? Versus more so or less. And it could not be, that you're trying to do that. So, please don't come for me because I didn't send for you, okay? But it's just the point of allowing the signs in the collective to get a full reading, okay? Now, in hindsight, it also puts you as the cross watcher on blast, because if your primary person that you're cross watching on gets this reading and is like, okay, my person obviously does not trust me, for them to go through the means of spirituality, okay? So you don't really want that on you, because then they won't trust you, okay? And then energy shifts, and then you get this, okay? You get guardedness, all right? You get possibly Eight of Cups energy or Six of Swords energy, okay? So that is my reasoning why, all right? I've talked about it before briefly, like 1 to 2 years back, okay? But that's just me. I don't know how anyone else is, but that's just my personal opinion, all right? Now, let's get into what the motivation is behind this Nine of Wands, okay? Knight of Wands, all right? So if we add 1 to this 9, it becomes 10, okay? Not sure if someone is feeling a little bit, like the connection is a little bit cumbersome, or is becoming, or is about to become a burden, okay? There's passion here, okay, obviously with the Knight of Wands kind of charging in, but the Knight of Wands is also armored, okay? There's some form of a completion phase. I don't know if it's going to be a completion of the guard being up because of an offer that someone brings in that's very genuine or passionate. But it's not facing this Nine of Wands. It's opposing. It's going away. Okay? So I don't know if someone is feeling passionate towards something elsewhere, or like I said, if there's cross-watching energy, it's going to force Cancer to move elsewhere, okay, or come in kind of intense on, I don't know if it's more so or less them protecting themselves. And that's why I said it's hard for me to really read, because it's going all over the place between main energy of Cancer and the cross watcher, okay? Now, with that being said, let's see what the focus is, or should be, which it should be Cancer. Okay, but I'm going to turn it over. And we have an Ace of Pentacles, okay? I did just say an offer, okay? And this is coming right up underneath the Nine of Wands, all right? The Ace of Pentacles, which is a good sign, okay? Again, it's somewhere kind of like, I don't know why I'm hearing like a dotted line, okay? So maybe a contract of some sort. Again, get in where you fit in as far as where in this reading is for you, okay? This is a right here and now. It's not meant to be full on detailed, okay? Just very brief, okay? We get into the meat and potatoes when I get into the, deeper readings, okay? Where I use my oracle cards and a blend of clarifiers. But there is an offer on the table. Obviously, we can see here that the Knight of Wands is facing one direction while this Ace of Pentacles is elsewhere. You're probably guarding yourself because you do have an offer or because you want to propose an offer. I'm not saying marriage. That just seemed to be the word to come out, okay? I'm not leaning towards that, but just saying, okay? And so maybe that's why. Maybe there's some kind of secret at play. And so, but I can't gauge whether or not Cancer, you have a secret or your cross watcher does, okay? Or your person does, all right? Let's get into what the hidden purpose is, okay? If it's meant to be a secret, I hope I didn't release it, okay? And we have a Five of Cups, okay? Five of Cups. I talked about change at the beginning while we were shuffling, all right? I talked about why I feel people shouldn't cross-watch on their person, okay? Five of Cups. 3 cups down, 2 up behind this cloaked person, okay? Disappointment in something, okay? Now, doesn't necessarily mean an end, although we do have 9 on the spread, which to me says completion, but it may be a completion of a phase, okay? More so or less, someone's willing to make a decent offer, but someone is going to be disappointed because it's not what they wanted, okay? Or maybe it's somewhat like a halfway negotiation in a way, like some kind of compromise maybe. And the question is whether or not if someone is actually going to be willing to take what they can get or if they're going to put up a fuss about it, because again, 3 cups down and 2 not realizing you still have 2 cups, okay? So with that being said, you can't be too disappointed. The only reason why someone's disappointed is because it's not what they wanted, okay? I cannot say that enough. It came out twice, okay? So somebody is not happy because they wanted something else, okay? I don't know whether or not if you can really compromise with a Cancer. I feel as though once their mind is set, that's pretty much it, okay? Especially if it's tied to anything that makes them feel away, then, you want to tread lightly so they don't walk away, all right? As far as Cancer is concerned, all right? And Cancer, that could be good advice for you as far as who you're dealing with. I'm not sure, okay? You can let me know in the comments, okay? But again, not to, deep dive into this too much. There's an offer here, but someone's not going to be happy with it, all right? And we can't have everything that we want sometimes. Sometimes there's wants and there's needs. Your needs are more important, okay? And also in the sense of someone making you an offer, maybe the person is offering you something that they feel they can provide to you at their comfortability. You can't sit up here and think that everyone has to cater to your needs only, okay? There are 2 people in a relationship it's best to compromise than to sit up here and control the situation to the point where the other person is not happy in it. Okay? So, with that being said, that's all that I have for you guys, Cancer and Crosswatcher. I gotta get ready to go for this live on Facebook. If you are interested in my spa and beauty baskets, I have 4 baskets that I curated myself. And I have 2 grab baskets that are at a set price starting at 8 o'clock tonight. So I'm trying to get final stuff set up. So if you want to catch me over there, you can go in my bio and click on the link and join me over there. But until next time, Cancer, peace.